Hello there and welcome. This is Miguel Martinez Juarez. Now, I'm going to talk about 5 things that will make you a success in sales. Okay, so this is for entrepreneurs and for salespeople. Okay, now there are 5 things. Okay, and I broke this down in some syllables. I just wrote 5 things. CFFGD. Okay, number one, consistent. Be consistent with your sales every single day. Okay, be on sales calls. Fill up your pipeline. In other words, have a schedule every single day of people who you're going to talk to. Okay, how do you do that? You get a good marketing team, or buy leads. Okay, or walk door to door, or send people DMs. Right, email them, send them a DM, like all their photos, give them good comments on their photos and things like that. And be very genuine, be specific about what you comment, and send them a DM. Hey, by any chance are you interested in, etc., etc. They'd be, yeah, actually I am interested. Okay, let's set up a call. Send them a Calendly or whatever else you got to do and set up and fill up your pipeline. Okay, that's what you got to do. Okay, be consistent every day. Okay, so of course you got to do some things like the doctor, right, or something like that. Okay, you have to eat, of course, right? Eat, do that. Visualize, meditate a little bit like that. This is helping you mentally. This is helping you physically. The meditation helps you mentally and physically, right? As well as spiritually, okay? And visualizing helps you stay aligned with your goals, which is good, okay? But don't waste time scrolling on social media and things like that. This is why I come online late at night. I'm in the trenches, all right? I'm working. Now, what's another thing? Just don't waste time, all right? That doing whatever that's not gonna help you make a sale is just wasted, okay? All right. Now, the other one is follow up, okay? If you have somebody who has the means, meaning they can pay you and they need your service, but you didn't close them, that's because you're not a good salesperson, all right? You're not a good salesman, you're not a good saleswoman, okay? You need to plant the idea in their mind by asking them questions. Okay, so why do you want to lose weight? Tell me, for how long have you been doing this? Okay, what have you tried? Okay, why do you really want this? Why is this important for you? And then find out what they want. So you know their pain, find out what their wants, okay? And say, all right, right now is the perfect time. Create urgency. Okay, right now is the perfect time to do this. Right now. Okay? Because if you don't, you're going to keep on staying the same way, okay? Feeling the same way. Okay, you can get this started, and you're not going to be feeling that way any longer. You're going to feel X, Y, and Z. Okay. Follow up. If you didn't close someone with your service or product, and they had the money and they needed your service, you just didn't do it. Go back and follow up. Keep following up. Follow up. Follow up. Follow up. Follow up. Okay. The reason why some CRM systems are really good because you can put notes on how you've been following up. Okay, sometimes they're not there, they don't answer, but they're working. They have a life too, right? And I've been tracing all the follow-ups that I've been doing. I'm just like follow up, like denied, finally got it, right? So the follow-up, okay? Follow-up is important. And again, you want to decipher which ones are good. Some people don't have money for whatever reason, they're not working, they believe this COVID situation, whatever. Go on to the next one, somebody who will pay for your service, okay, or product. Now, that's a follow-up, okay? So that includes deciphering who's a good prospect. And I said it, the good prospect is someone who has the money and who needs your product, okay? Sometimes they just need a little more selling and more persuading. You got to sell them on the value, okay, and urgency, value and urgency, value and urgency, value and urgency. This is what we can do for you, but you got to do this now, okay? The other F, number 3, is focus on your goal. What's your monthly sales goal? Okay, if you're the owner of your company, what's your monthly sales goal? Do you even have a sales goal? Flash that on your mind. Whenever you're walking to the restroom, flash the amount that you want in your mind. You're gonna start feeling that like that person. You're gonna start acting like that person. Okay? You start feeling like that person who's earning that amount. Okay? So flash your goal on the screen of your mind. Okay? You don't really have to sit down and meditate and visualize. You can walk around and do what you got to do. In the between the sales call, you start getting nervous, like, oh my gosh, this is like the 5th high ticket sales that I'm gonna do today. Flash that goal, because you know what? You're attracting everything. Okay, you're acting on it too. But when you begin to like not believe that you can do it, you start getting nervous and scared. Flash that goal in your mind, and you'll start taking the actions. Okay, and it'll be easy, right? It's easy. You don't need that much willpower to flash something on in the front of your mind like that you want. Okay. So you gotta make sure you want this. Any goal, make sure you want it. Make sure it's not something because your parents told you or somebody told you you have to get it. Make sure you want it. Okay, so make sure the sales is something you want, right? The money, the being the top performer in your company or the top in your industry. Make sure you really want it. Okay. Now, G. Okay, this one is I put G because my mentor said gab it up. A good salesperson can gab it up really well. Okay, I can do that very well. Why? Because I'm very educated. In other words, formally. I got a master's and a BA degree from UCLA, so I can talk to a politician. I can talk to an attorney well. Okay, so I can say, Congressman Ed Royce. So today I have a question for you on the topics of immigration and incarceration and the penalties the consequences that citizens encounter. Okay. Now my question to you is, then I'll say my question, right? That's talking in the language of a politician. Okay. Topics they're interested in. Okay. Now if I could talk to somebody from the inner city, right? And see, he answers the phone. He says, "Hello, who is this?" My man, good afternoon, right? He answers, "Good afternoon, my man," right? So I have to respond to him, "Hey, how's it going, my man? My name is Miguel. I'm calling you for this reason, okay? Do you need this, right?" Or talk in their vibe, okay? This is also called code switching. Okay, if the doctor answers the phone, you gotta talk to him about biology. Oh yeah, so you took biology courses? Yeah, I remember I was learning a lot about the cells, the mitochondria, the DNA, and I had this class. What classes did you take on that? Right? Talk in their language. Okay. Find out. Maybe they're chiropractor. Oh yeah, so you know about the bones and the muscles, etc., etc. Yeah, I did a lot of this that time, and I studied about this. And you talk about bones and muscles, right? Make them feel comfortable around you. Okay, that's called code switching. Okay, you want to do that. Make them feel comfortable. Talk about where they grew up. Okay, talk about their favorite restaurant. Okay. If they live in the country, they don't go out too much. They don't go out to like big events that happen in the city. They'll probably just go to their local restaurant. They walk their dogs. Hang out with their friends and neighbors on the weekends. Have barbecues. Talk to them. What do they eat? What's their favorite stuff? Okay, gab it up. Code switch. Talk their language. Okay. D. Okay, that is, I think. Deciphering who can pay for your service. Okay, let me double check if that's what it meant. Right, so I made a list right here. Yeah, that's it. Decide who can pay for your service. Okay, decide who. Right? Filter them out. Okay? Make sure that they can buy your service. Okay? And do this by really understanding their needs. Okay? Do they really want this? Yes? Okay? They really want it. Okay? If they really want it, move forward. Okay? Sometimes they'll do what it takes to get your service or product. Okay? Because they really need it. And you got to decipher that as a salesperson. Okay? Or put that inside of them. Okay, if they're kind of like in between hot and kind of like lukewarm, bring them into the hot. Okay, by building up the value, building up the urgency. Okay, and you can tell those who don't want it at all, not interested, and go on to the next. Okay, all right. Now remember, so D was not deciphering. D was actually, these are just letters I have here. D is actually giving the direction. I remember now why I put the D. Direction, okay? Direction. So, when you're closing, you don't ask them, you tell them, okay? If they've been listening to your presentation, they're interested in your presentation, and by this time, you know what they want and need, okay? And you should have deciphered if they're going to be somebody that needs your product or service. So you say, okay, for me to help you get this result, are you want to pay debit or credit? Okay, good. Okay, now what I want you to do is get your driver's license and tell me the number on the card. Okay, what I need you to do is go on to PayPal. Okay, sign up for credit. Okay, now what I need you to do is okay, you're telling them, okay, you're not asking, you're directing them, okay? And if they don't want it, for whatever reason, the objection comes and you isolate the objection, okay? Okay, so you can't pay this amount. You can't pay the $4,500, okay? If we give you a discount to $2,500, would you do it? Yes, we do. We do it now? Yes. Okay, let's do it. Okay, this is the money situation, right? Or we do that and they say, okay, no, it's not about the money. Okay, what is it? I just gotta think about it. Okay, I'm feeling pressured. Okay, if you weren't feeling pressured, will you do it? Okay. Yeah, I would. Okay. So let's get to the bottom line. What would make you get started today? I just feel pressured. No pressure. We're not pressuring you. I'm not pressuring you. Okay, I just want you to really think it through. Okay? See, these are the questions you've got to find the objection. Okay, these are some objections that I have to go through and find out, really isolate the objection. Okay? Yeah. And it goes back to creating a great presentation. If you didn't build up the value, if you didn't build up the urgency, then that goes back to you. Okay, they have the means, they have the money, they need your service, you just need to get better. Okay, you got to work on the presentation. Okay, these are the 5 things. Okay, so I'm gonna go over them. Be consistent, have your day full of appointments. Okay, number 2, follow up. If they have the means and they need your service, follow up. Okay, and decipher if they're gonna need, if they want to buy. Okay, decipher if they're a good prospect. Okay, decipher means identify. Okay, really find out if they're a good prospect. Okay, number 3 is focus on your goal. Flash your goal on the screen of your mind. You don't get what you want, you get who you are. Okay, I'm gonna repeat that again. Flash your goal on the screen of your mind. Okay, see the amount of money that you want. See it in your email, see it in your CRM, see it in whatever way you see it in your bank account. Okay, it could be a monthly goal, it could be a yearly goal. Okay, but focus on your goal. Number 4, gab it up. Talk their language. Okay, if they're from the hood, what's up, homie? Look, my man, I can help you out. Our services are gonna do this. My product is gonna do this for you, my man. I understand. Yeah. I hear you, my man. My man, look, I'm gonna do this right now, okay? I need you to do this right now, okay? Or say you're talking to a doctor, okay? Yeah, I understand you. Yeah, yeah, I went to university as well. I studied this in high school. Yeah, well, tell me about that. How did that work out? Yeah, how did you, biology was one of my favorite subjects, okay? What did you study in biology when you were going to school? That's if you're talking to a doctor, okay? So you gab it up, you switch it up, gab it up with everybody, talk their language, and you'll do well in sales. Okay, the academics call it code switching. Okay, it's really good for sales. Okay. Now, D is give direction. If you know they're a good prospect, they need your product or service, you tell them. You don't ask them, okay, to do things. Okay, you made your presentation. Okay, this is my service. This is gonna help you do this, this, and that. Okay, now for us to provide this service, or for me to help you get this, are you gonna pay debit or credit? And if you did the presentation well, it's gonna be easy. Debit. Okay. What card do you want? What's the number of the card? Boom. Why? Because your presentation was good. It was great. Okay. The close is really. If you do this well, the close is probably just one. It's got one or two objections, maybe almost nothing. Maybe it's just a little clarity. All right. Yeah. So one might come up if you didn't do a good presentation. They need more clarity. They'll say, I still need to know more. And you say, okay. Where was I not clear? What part was I not clear? The middle part or this part? Okay. Now that this is how it works. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay. Great. Now for the fee, is that going to be debit or credit? And they'll give you the credit, the debit card. Okay. That's how it is. But you gotta be consistent. Practice. Okay. Part of the consistency. The consistency is also the practice. Okay. Role play, visualize, mastermind with friends, or with your coworkers, other fellow entrepreneurs, other business people. Okay, mastermind. All right, hope you like this one. Thank you. And if you want to learn more on how to use powers of the mind to increase your sales and your income, click the link in my bio or the link in the description. All right, check out the MSI Connect program. Peace.